is there a way of linking your personal Gmail to the suite that's on Lepage, or
So you can have your emails forwarded. You can forward your emails from one address to another, certainly.
oh, okay.
That would be the best way.
But everything you see is always going to be from the original sender. That's when I do that, right?
If you forward it, it'll, yeah, when you come in, yeah.
I have my own servers that do my email, so I'm not familiar with Gmail at all.
You're not familiar with Gmail at all, so who's your, like, what do you use for your email?
I have my own domain.
Okay.
And it's built through GoDaddy.
Well, so okay, so your emails go through your website.
Yeah, roughly.
Okay. Okay, so, yes.
It says here, so I haven't used my Gmail, but I know I have one. It's asking me to sign in with a password.
Yeah.
I don't know what the password is. It says tap yes on your phone or tablet. What does that mean in English?
I don't understand. So this is a hughbarnsley.com email address and not.
Right.
So, okay, so do you get a verification code, so you can select that and it'll text you a verification
You
code?
should just pull out your device, it should be asking you yes or no on your device to log in, or their verification.
So do you know your Lepage email address? At Lepage.ca, do you know what your email address is? Okay, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna click on your photo, you're gonna go sign out, and then you can sign in with your at Lepage. Good. Your Gmail, you're on Gmail, good? You're okay? It'll be, if you can get it as regional, that would be nice.
Our computer's a little bit older, so.
Yeah, you need to have your laptop.
That is kind.
So the offline access will be available. So I'm gonna ask the two of you to work together today.
That's right, I can sign it through from as well. Oh, she's on the line.
No, I know, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be emailing each other.
Okay.
Not a problem. Ladies, I'm gonna ask the two of you to work together today, just with the lady in front of you. You're just gonna be sending stuff to one another, okay? I'm gonna ask you gentlemen to work together today. Ladies, I'm gonna ask you to work together today.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask the two of you to work together. Gentlemen, if I could ask the two of you to work together, and I'll get the two of you to work together. Yes.
I'm getting signed in.
I don't know. No, yes.
So if it's a Gmail address, I can help you sign it, but if it's not, I'm not.
I guess just practicing how we can send things to each other, maybe.
Okay, so sign in, you have to sign in first. Okay, so now next, and then you enter your password.
I don't know the password.
All right, so everyone is at their email. Their screen looks more or less like this. Your emails might go all the way across. If that's fine, mine has a preview pane like this. So the first thing we're going to do, I put you into little groups. The first thing we're going to do is click on the gear icon there at the top.
You're in Gmail?
I am in Gmail.
Okay.
So we're going to click up here on this gear icon right here where it says settings. We're going to open up that drop-down menu. We're going to go down to settings, please.
Okay.
Does everyone come to a screen that looks like this? Okay, so the first thing we have here, language of the Gmail is in English. The country code is Canada. First thing I want to look at, maximum page size. Now I'm showing 50 conversations per page. If you open up that drop-down menu, you can make different selections there, 10, 15, 20, 25, 100. So I ask you please to make a selection that works for you, however many conversations you want to have per page, please.
Yeah, I think so.
So the next thing we have here is undo send. One of the great features and functionalities of Gmail is that you can recall an email after you've sent it. There's a little bit of a delay in sending. And so you can, if you've forgotten to add an attachment, if you've said things like Tuesday, July 15th, then it's actually Tuesday, July 16th. If you've forgotten to put people into copy, right, you can recall the email and make those changes there. Now, the default setting here, send cancellation period, is 5 seconds. If you have lightning speed reaction time, please feel free to leave it at 5 seconds. If you need a little bit more time to think about things, I please ask you to open up that drop-down menu, maybe select 20 or 30 seconds, whatever works for you.
30 seconds. Good.
Now, if we keep going down, we come here to conversation view. I'm going to ask everyone to turn conversation view on. Conversation view groups emails together based on a common subject line, okay? Some people don't like it because emails can get a little bit lost, but there is one functionality that works only when conversation view is on. So you can come in here later and turn it off, but for right now, I'm going to ask everyone to turn on conversation view. Then we have here these nudges. Please make sure both of these boxes are selected. So nudges are a new functionality in the new G Suite interface. When you send an email to someone, if maybe 3 days have gone by and they haven't responded to you, the system will prompt you, will nudge you and say, hey, you sent this 3 days ago, they haven't gone back to you. Follow up, question mark, right? So it'll remind you that you haven't received a response. It works the other way around as well. If you receive an email that you haven't responded to, it'll say, hey, you received this 3 days ago. Reply, question mark. So that's what nudges are. So please make sure both of these boxes are turned on, or checked off rather. Hover actions, I'm going to ask you here, please, to enable hover actions. So the way this works is that when you rest your mouse on an email, there's some additional icons that appear. We'll look at that when we get back into the inbox.
Where are we after nudges?
Oh, just below hover actions right here?
Below, I don't know, send active? Okay, hover actions, sorry. Okay, we enable?
Enable.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
And then if we continue further down here, we come to stars. So please click on all stars. Please make sure all your stars are in use. And then further down still, we have our signature. So last time, excuse me, when my colleague gave this training, you guys worked on HubSpot, right? The email signature. So if there's ever any changes you want to make to your email signature, you can find it here. And I think those are all the changes I want. Yes?
I've always wanted to ask this. How do you put your picture on your signature?
Okay, we can look at that at break.
Do you mind? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to go all the way down and we are going to click on Save Changes, please. Save Changes. And you should be brought back into your inbox. Is that true? If you click on Save Changes at the very bottom, the system will bring you back into your inbox. So once you're back in your inbox, I please ask you once again, top right-hand corner, the gear icon right here where my mouse is, top right-hand corner. We're going to click on that. We're going to go down to Settings.
Can we just wait a minute?
Ah, okay. Very good. Thank you for letting me know.
It's taking a long time. It's just me.
I think it's because we're all on the same Wi-Fi.
All the other buttons on the settings doesn't matter or what?
Well, these are just the ones we're going to be working with today. Yeah.
You can't get on.
And so it's your password that's the problem, or I'm
I've just got the password set, now it's asking me to sign into Gmail.
okay. So we're all good. We've saved our changes.
Yeah.
So we're going to go once again, gear icon, and we're going to go down and click on settings. And what I'm after this time around is here, this offline. Please click on offline.
Offline?
Right here is second to last tab, offline.
Oh,
Click. Okay.
And everyone's screen should look like this. If you're not seeing this screen, it means you're not on Google Chrome. If this is being problematic, it means you're not on your email through Google Chrome. Yes.
Have a look.
Have a look.
I am in settings.
No, you're in Google settings.
And now I'm not
Oh,
good.
that's funny. My phone was with an application.
Okay.
Here
icon.
Oh,
The settings
All those password managers.
Yes, I did not.
and
Take
offline.
settings.
You change one, you
I'm
Right
right
there,
there.
offline.
Again.
You okay?
Offline.
I don't have them on. There's too many.
All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a check mark in that box there, enable offline settings, right here, enable offline mail.
It says offline unavailable.
Are you through Google Chrome?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, you're doing it through Internet Explorer.
So what happens? You have to go to Google Chrome?
Google Chrome, yeah, everyone has to be signed in through Google Chrome. So we're gonna click here, enable offline mail, and this bottom section here will open up. So here it says, store emails from the last, and we can make a selection here, 7 days, 30 days, or 90 days. So this is great if you're, let's say, flying somewhere and you want to be answering emails on the flight. You will have access to the last 7 days or 30 days or 90 days worth of emails, so you can go ahead and respond and prepare those, and then when you're back online, you can get them. Or if you're in pockets of the country, and I say again, Alberta is a great example, right? The minute you go out of the urban center a little bit, Wi-Fi is really not very good. So if you want to have access to emails, even if you're not online, this is the way to do that. Okay, so please make a selection that works for you, 7, 30, or 90 days. And then we have these security settings here. So keep offline data on my computer. If this is your computer, no one else uses it, no one else has access to it, you can make this selection here. If it's not your computer, if you share it with someone, or you're using a computer here at the brokerage, or you're in a public space library or somewhere where you're using their computer, you want to put remove offline data from my computer. So please make a selection that represents your particular situation. And when you've done all of that, please click Save Changes for me at the bottom. Yes.
If I would say 98% of the time, I'm just using my computer.
Okay.
If I'm traveling and I am using somebody else's computer.
Yeah.
Then would I have to go in on that computer and make this choice?
I believe you might have to. To be 150% sure, I would do that. Okay. Yes. Did you have a question for me? No? Okay. So, save changes. Does everyone come back to their inbox?
Slowly.
Yes.
So if for some reason I go into the office and use their computer to bring a laptop with me,
Yeah.
just for that day, and then log off and go back to this, is that still gonna save all that stuff on that computer?
I don't know, Mike, if the gentleman is on his laptop now, and this is only his computer, and he puts, keep the mail online, or like on my computer, but then he uses another computer that's not his, does he have to go in and change those settings?
The offline mail. So if you go from your computer, it's gonna stay on your computer. If you go onto another computer, you can turn those settings on. It's not gonna impact the main computer you use.
But I'd have to turn them off, what?
You
Because
have to
otherwise
turn
it's
them
gonna
on
save
from
it to
another
that
computer.
computer I use.
Yeah, so it's gonna, like, if you decide to turn them on two separate computers, it will sync them. So that's why I always recommend, if you're using an alternative computer as a backup, for instance, to either just don't turn that functionality on, or use the second option, which is when you log out of the Google account from that computer, it'll take the offline data off.
Okay, good to know, thanks.
Thank you. All right, are we all back at our inbox? Yes.
I'm losing power, like, I'm losing my battery power. Wait, can I plug in somewhere?
Sure, there's a power bar right up front here. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, first off, see how we enabled the hover actions? Do you see how when I rest my mouse on my emails, I have these extra icons that appear?
Excuse me.
Yes,
It says create a bookmark for offline access.
you can say okay or later, something to that effect.
Yeah, it's just offline.
So do you see how when I rest my mouse on my emails, all these extra icons here appear? So that's the hover action. So the first one here is archive. The second one here is the garbage bin. Then we have here this little envelope. So this is mark as read or mark as unread, depending on if the email that you're hovering on is read or unread. And then we have here this little clock. This is the snooze functionality. So this is the first thing that we're going to look at. So when you snooze an email, you can say to the computer, you know what, I want this email to come back to me on a particular day and at a particular time when I can action it, right? And so it'll jump up to the top of your inbox. So my boss uses this, for example, he gets his kiddies' school emails to work. And so if he gets an email at 10 a.m. that is a reminder that tomorrow's pizza day, he can't really action that at 10 a.m., right? So he'll snooze it till 6 p.m. so that when he gets home, it'll jump up to the top of his inbox at 6 and he'll be like, oh, that's right, I don't have to make lunch boxes tomorrow because tomorrow's pizza day, right? So that's a time when he can actually action that email. So what we're gonna do, I ask you to pick any email, please. Click on that snooze button. Snooze, and we're gonna go down to select a date and time. Yes. You don't have the snooze function? Did you turn the conversation view on in the settings? Here, my colleague will help you. So let's click on this snooze button. We're gonna go select date and time. Now today is Wednesday, November 7th. So let's click on Wednesday, November 7th. And we are gonna snooze until 10:10, okay? 10:10. So let's go ahead and put in 10:10. So your settings should look like this, November 7th, 10:10. And when you've got that, please go ahead and click save.
How do you get the time? You just put it in yourself, right?
Yes. Okay, so let's go in and click save. And this email will now disappear from my inbox. You see it's gone. And if you click here on snooze, right here, snooze on the left, you will see your email there and what time it is going to be coming back to you. Does everyone see that if you click here on snooze? Oi, Richmond Hill, you're such a quiet bunch. Does everyone see their snooze email?
Yes,
Lovely,
yes.
Perfect. Okay, so
Now we see.
the next thing we're gonna do here, I gave you guys, you all have a partner. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna click here up on compose, please. And you're not gonna send an email, you're just gonna prepare the email, please. I'm gonna prepare the email for my colleague, Trainer Mike. So up in my to section, I'm gonna say Trainer Mike, I'm gonna select it from the list. So the buddy that you're working with today, please prepare an email to them. And don't send it, just let it, just sit tight.
Where's it? I picked one that's news.
So it's over here.
Oh, I see it there.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. So Teresa Oh, it's here.
All right, has everyone prepared that email? No, okay, so I'll give you a couple more minutes.
Write it or just.
Hi, or it does, blank is fine.
So do I send the other one? So I had it before.
Sorry. What did I say? Jim. It should be J, just J. Sorry, I apologize. I never use this one.
Send?
No, just prepare it, should look like this, don't send anything, just leave it like this.
After the question.
Yes. Yeah.
Do we ever get to turn that back off? I think so.
No, you can leave it, And your computer will always store 90 days worth of emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll have access to it when we're not connected.
When you're not connected, right?
Right, so we are connected.
Well, yeah, when you're connected, you won't even notice.
Okay.
It's just if you're offline somewhere, you'll have that.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
perfect. Okay, so we're good? Yes.
Is this completely independent from Outlook? Like I use Outlook, so how does this affect Outlook?
Well, if your Gmail talks to your Outlook, then you can work on your client. But right now, we're just going to be in the Gmail and in the straight up internet app for Gmail. But it syncs through to Outlook because Outlook is just a means to talk to an email or talk to emails.
It's a database.
It's client. Yeah. Sorry?
Never mind.
Okay. So what we're going to do, everyone look up here. I'm going to, in a moment, send this email. Just sit tight for me. I want you to watch what happens down here in the left-hand corner. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to send it to my colleague, Trainer Mike. It says sending, and then it says message sent. I have 30 seconds to think about this message and recall it by clicking on undo. So I'm going to click on undo, and the email has come back to me. So please go ahead, send your message, and click on undo in the bottom left-hand corner to recall it.
I wish we could do this for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
We could do it for what?
20
We
minutes.
could do it for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
Especially when I'm mad at something.
Yeah, I know. They
When
did
you
this by
undo,
you,
it's
you know,
not
every
sent.
day say.
No, it takes a little bit of time. Do you not have your computer?
So send it,
I don't have as
Mine
myself.
says cancel.
I'm using his, so,
send.
I mean, undo is coming or no?
Then you
Mine
got,
says canceling.
Is it sent or no?
No, it's pending. There's a delay in the sent, yes.
It's a, sending or
So
canceling.
it's gonna
It doesn't say
come back.
undo.
Once
It
finishes-
must, look, send, cancel, and now it switches to undo.
I got that.
Send, cancel, and then it switches to undo?
Yeah.
It did, cancel failed, message may have been sent.
I need you to know.
Try it again, try it again.
Yeah. Okay, so, no, I know.
So when I press
And I
undo,
went
Yeah.
it worked, then it said enable, that's probably
Maybe,
enable mail, okay or no thanks.
That's something independent. If you want the notifications, you can turn them on.
Yeah, it came back to you.
Okay, so
You can-
everyone's email came back to them. Now you have it like this. Let's click on send, and I just let the email go now. So that's fine. Just click on send. The email will go to your buddy for today. Did everyone's snooze email come back to them?
Yeah.
At the very top, yeah? It says snooze less than 1 hour ago. Okay, so the next thing I would like us to do here on the left-hand side, open this up for me here. Snooze.
That's some sort of- it's probably a zero option.
Oh, I see.
So I just got it.
Is this your X out of this room?
I just got it. So you didn't do undo. I didn't send it. to you.
November 8th,
Undo.
is that today? So you must have set it for tomorrow.
Okay, so
How
that's
do
just-
I get my left-hand side to show all of it? Mine's limited.
If you click on the little hamburger,
The first one I'd already said,
Yeah,
but now that I understand, like I know.
That's my email, right?
yeah, I know I put that on our
See,
platform.
See, the one before that.
No, not this one.
How do I get it to show all that stuff?
But I know.
sorry, all your.
Yeah, like I don't see sent, I don't see.
Yeah, no, so you, so click on the little line there, up, there you go, pull that down.
Same thing here.
Working.
Oh, okay, got it.
Did you get it, Lynn?
Is that your first time?
Yeah, got it?
Okay, so, okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now, here on this left-hand side, we're gonna go all the way down, and we're gonna click on more. All the way down, we're gonna click on more.
I can't click on it, I can't get it.
And then when you've got that, please keep going down, and please click on create new label, right here, create new label.
Can you go a little bit slower? I'm sorry, but like, I'm falling behind. I can't even get to more.
Scroll all the way down.
I'm trying to, but it's not showing me.
It's not showing.
Maybe you didn't see it, but.
Yeah, they don't have more.
No.
They have all those.
Okay. See this bar here? You have to drag that all the way down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There's better.
Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna click on Create New Label. And this window here should open up. Is that right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna create a label called Richmond Hill Test, just like this. Richmond Hill Test.
Yes.
So in the future, when you have more labels, you can nest labels one under the other. You can create sub-labels. We're not going to do that today. We're going to create one main label. So Richmond Hill Test, please go ahead and click on Create.
And where is create under more?
If ma'am, you have to scroll all the way down. Once you click on more, you have to keep going down, 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 and there'll be a Create New Label. Yeah, so just click on that. So once we've created our label, please go ahead and find it here on the left-hand side. You should be able to see it at some point. It says here Richmond Hill Test.
Yes.
Yes? Wonderful. So if we rest our mouse, see when I rest my mouse on Richmond Hill Test, there's these 3 vertical dots that appear. Let's go ahead and click on those 3 vertical dots. And you get this whole menu that comes up. So you can add a sub-label if you would like, you can remove the label, you can edit the label, you can rename it. What I'm after is label color. Let's go ahead and click on label color and let's give it a color. I'm going to give it a red color.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, right.
So is everyone's Richmond Hill Test now red?
Yes.
Great. So just watch up here for a moment. I'm going to take my Richmond Hill Test and I'm going to drag and drop it onto my email. So watch what happens. I'm going to take Richmond Hill Test, I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to drop it here on this first email. And now this label has been added to this email.
I don't know how to do the color. Can you just go a little bit slower so I don't miss this?
Sure, I'll be right
I
there.
got RLP. Where do I find the color?
So when you hover on Richmond Hill Test,
Yeah.
if you click on the 3 vertical dots,
Yeah.
and do you see label color at the top?
Yes. Thank you.
Yep, perfect. So go ahead and try dragging and dropping the label onto your email.
Any email?
Any email.
So you go back.
Just take the label and drag and drop it onto an email.
So it said add custom color. We don't do that, do we?
So just if I click on the 3 vertical dots here and I go up to label color and I have tons of colors here, I can just choose anyone. If you want a green or blue or red, that's absolutely fine.
Drop it to which email? Okay, I got.
Do you see how the label's red or blue or whatever color you've chosen?
But my RLP is not red at this moment anyway.
Well, it shouldn't be RLP, it should be Richmond Hill Test. We've created a label called Richmond Hill Test.
I did RLP.
Okay, okay.
But then now do I go back to the inbox and drag it?
So does it have a color? Let's start there.
Yes, it's got a color.
Okay, wonderful. So now when you take this Richmond Hill Test or RLP, whatever,
Yeah.
right, just drag it and drop it onto an email.
Why are we doing that?
Okay, so I'll explain it in a moment. If you drag it and drop it, does it go onto the email like this? And do you see it added there? Do you see it come up here?
Yep.
Ma'am, is that working out for you?
No, I'm going slower because my computer's going
No,
slower.
that's fine, that's fine. I just want to know that it's working.
Where do I drop it? Just right on the
Just right on the email. Just drag and drop it right onto the email.
It hasn't gone red.
No, but do you see the label?
No, that's why.
RH.
Be careful with this message.
Test. But that would be like another part, right? So a new label.
So,
Where's your arm?
No, test. Create. Okay.
So I'm gonna go down to RLP. I have a lot of things I've done.
Okay, great. Oh, so you know.
I do, but I don't.
Close there. And then go and see the label there somewhere. You see? Yeah. Okay, so you see these three dots? Click, and you're gonna see the color there. Pick any color that you want. And we put,
Okay, you just passed it. I just saw red flicks.
Really?
You want to
You would think
click
it would be
and just
alphabetical.
explain why you have
Right?
to do this. So pick any,
This is alphabetical.
pick a
Correct?
name. So that's
I
to
would
say
think so.
inside.
These are all
There
alphabetical.
you go, it's
So
red,
you
right
go
there.
down.
That's, I've done that before.
Right?
That's right?
Yeah,
I know.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that,
hold
that.
and drag and drop. Watch
Yeah.
out.
Hold on the right or left?
On the left.
Is that
Drag and drop.
the reason why?
Onto
I
any
don't
email.
know.
Oh, anyway.
So just gonna explain.
I learned it from Greg on my own.
Okay, may I?
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
created
yeah,
all,
no, I
I
know.
created all the.
Oh, you gotta do it on the,
I
what was that?
I should be like that. I had my taxes and everything there.
These are all my deals.
Oh, because you're in a label right now, so you need to be in your inbox.
It's not here.
I'm terrible at this. I should be good at stay here. Now
See
it's,
how you search? See how you searched?
no, but you don't have the red one, because you.
No, not the good one, that's the chart.
There you go.
The mobs, the-
Now I gotta go back down to Carol.
Ah, because that is another email, right? That's her email? Those are her emails. You are so organized, look at that, everything and.
I don't know, there's something.
You're amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask everyone, please, to that email where you added that label, please click on it, please open it up. Okay, that email right there, just click and open it up.
Okay.
And here you see that this email is on two labels. It's on inbox and it's on Richmond Hill Test. Now, if we want to take it off the label, what we do is we X out of this. Just click on the little X and the label will go away. So let's now go, watch up here again. Let's go the other way. I'm going to take my email here, the Muse, and I'm going to drag and drop that email onto Richmond Hill Test. So what this does, this moves the email out of the inbox and puts it only onto Richmond Hill Test. So go ahead and try that. Take your email and drag and drop it onto Richmond Hill Test.
Mine's not working that way, but is it just my computer?
I think there's something with your computer that's not
It's
right.
not in the Gmail settings?
It shouldn't be. There's no reason for it. So if we take that email and drag and drop it onto Richmond Hill Test, do we see how it moves out of the inbox onto Richmond Hill Test?
Yeah.
And then if you click on your Richmond Hill Test, you should see it there, right there. Okay?
Yes.
So to fully answer your question, why would you do this? I met one of your colleagues in Alberta. She hates having any emails in her inbox. She gets an email, she responds, deletes, puts it in a label, like whatever, but it doesn't sit in her inbox. So that's how she organizes herself. Yes, yes.
So just to talk about that, like this summer, I went through arbitration and I looked at emails from like years prior when we used the seller. And I do the same thing. I hate having things, they freak me out.
Right.
So I have them all stored and it was just easy to go in, look under, you know, what Main Street and it's all there.
It's all
That's
there.
2014,
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
The email holds, I don't even know how much, like,
30 gigs worth of
Yeah.
emails, yeah. Perfect. Fair? We're good? Okay, perfect. So back in our inbox, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna click up here where it says search mail up at the very top. And I please ask you to type in your partner's email address. The one you're working with today, start typing in their email address and then a drop-down menu should open up and you can select the email. Does it come up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
So here you see I put in my colleague's email address. So any emails that have been sent to him or he's sent me rather, sorry, or he's been CC'd on, they're all here, okay? So that's how you search through your emails in order to get to whatever it is that you're looking for. Now let's X out of this. So please click on the little X up there for me. And we're gonna look at an advanced search functionality. So this drop down arrow here, up here in the search bar, let's click on that. And now you can again type in your colleague's email, the partner that you're working with today. And let's say, for example, that you have, I don't know, 150 emails from this person, right? And you're looking for one specific email. You can set additional conditions. You can say, oh yeah, that email was about the Shelter Foundation, let's say. So you would type in Shelter Foundation, and I know it came within the last 2 weeks. So you can set a date range. So suddenly your 150 emails become 12 emails, and you only have to pick through a dozen emails to get to the one that you're looking for. Yeah?
So how did you get this?
Sure, so see the drop down arrow at the top here in the search? Open that up and you should get this window, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah? So let's go, what I also want to show you here, so let's say I want to set some conditions for any email that comes from my colleague. So I'm going to go down here and click on Create Filter. So Create Filter, and now I can say to the system, you know what, any email that comes from this person, I want you to put a star on it. Or I want you to apply the label Richmond Hill Test, for example. Or I want you to mark it as important, like whatever it is, whatever conditions you want to set for the email coming from this person, right? Maybe you just want to say, you know what, just delete it. Just any email that comes from this person, just get rid of it, right? Like whatever you want to do, you can set those conditions here. Any email that comes in from this person or any person, it'll always go through all the conditions and everything will be applied. Fair?
Yeah, I keep getting these emails going to my spam, so now I can have this option, never send it to spam.
Never send it to spam, yeah. Yeah. Fair? Any questions about that?
No.
No, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna move on to calendar. So I kindly ask everyone to click on calendar right up there, right-hand side, blue box with the big 31 in it. And you should all get this column that opens up on the right-hand side. Is that true?
Can you just slow it down a bit? 'Cause
Certainly. So do you have the calendar icon 31?
I'm waiting.
You're waiting. Okay, no problem. Good.
Yvonne,
Yes.
it's a little blurry.
It's a little blurry? Okay. Let me see if I can.
So we went to calendar now?
Okay, let's have a look.
I know I
There we go. Better. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Better? Okay, great. So we all have this column here on the right-hand side?
Yep.
Okay. Does everyone see, under the date, do you see how it says today? Does everyone say today?
Yes.
Yeah, mine's still loading.
Sorry?
Some of it is just still loading.
It's still loading? Okay.
She's gone on to calendar.
So did you say go to calendar?
The calendar icon on the right, did you click on it? Do you have this column that opens up?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So just let me know when it's finished loading so I don't rush anyone.
Yeah, it's mine's still.
Okay, that's what I was wanting to know. Click on the 3 vertical dots for me. Yeah, and go to date. Okay, perfect.
Mine's failing slow.
Okay, what do you have there?
No, remember. What do you do?
Close out of here. Okay, don't get ahead of me, please. 3, calendar 31. Yeah,
Okay.
okay, and just sit tight.
Right. It was the calendar. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, has everyone's loaded?
No.
No?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So what we're gonna do, we are gonna click here on 2 o'clock. So right here, I'm at a 24-hour clock, 2 o'clock. And we're going to create an event. So again, let's call it Richmond Hill Test. Richmond Hill Test today from 2 to 3. And when you've got that up there, 2 to 3, please click on Edit in Calendar. And everyone should come to a screen that looks like this. Is that true?
Yes.
Great. So we have here Richmond Hill Test today, 2 to 3. This event is not repeating, but let's say you want a recurring event, you can make those change selections there. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a location to the Richmond Hill Test event. So please put in the brokerage address here, add a location.
Yes.
Now, my notifications by default, we're going to get to default settings in a moment, are set for 10 minutes, okay? If you need, you can change this for individual events. If you need more time to get to an appointment, then when we go into the default notifications, you can change this to half hour or 45 minutes. But here for every event, if you want to change the notifications, meaning how far in advance you're reminded of this event, that you can do here. And I'm going to, ask everyone to click into here, add guests, and to email, add your buddy's email today. The person you're working with, please invite them to this event. Yes?
The notification,
Yeah?
no matter what you set it for, can Google not figure out where I am and say, you better get on the road? Because I get those sometimes on my phone, like, I didn't even ask for it, right? It sees in my calendar that I've got an event coming up.
Right.
And sometimes it'll say, hey, you've got an event coming up and it's gonna take you 62 minutes to get there. Is that kind of functionality available somewhere here?
I don't know, Mike.
So not in here, no. It depends on what you've set in your assistant. So for instance, for me, I have a personal Gmail account. I have my work Gmail account. My personal Gmail account is what I use for my Google Assistant. So I will get notifications on when to leave on any personal events I have in my calendar, but not my work ones, which sometimes make me think maybe I should switch that. So that would be really.
So that's something you can set up, but it's way past what we're doing.
So what you would essentially be looking to do is saying, hey, you know what? If I have an event in my work calendar, for instance, instead of just displaying, actually share it to my personal calendar or whatever calendar you're using for your Google Assistant. The assistant itself that really does that travel time. And then of course you have to make sure your location settings are on and all the permissions. But if it's coming for one, that's what it is. It just means your assistant is set up for that account and it's only.
So we're good. Have we all entered our partner's email address? Okay. So at the very top, that blue button where it says save, we're going to click on save, please. And then we're going to click on send. It'll say, do you want to send the invitation? So please go ahead and click on send. Yes.
I clicked on add guest.
Did you type in his email address?
Yeah, and okay, so then I get a little, if I hover on it.
So up at the top, if you click on save, blue button up at the top.
That's right, yes, the meeting.
Oh.
How do you push that over?
Does it say send?
Yes.
What's this? Yeah.
She
Oh,
got
I
it.
see, okay, there's two. All right, okay, I get it, yeah, sorry.
No, that's okay, you're all good.
Would you like to see?
All right,
Can you
so,
just help me for 1 minute again, because I really don't want to miss all this.
no, that's okay.
So I have one, but it's not going up. Do I have to push this button? I add a guess.
Okay, are you on your Wrobel page?
No.
Your new chief.
Yeah.
So, X out of this for me.
Yeah,
Type in his
and then
email
because
address.
an event.
Okay, so at the top, click save.
Yeah.
Click save. All right, so we all see our calendar. Do we all see the event, Richmond Hill Test that we created today, 2 to 3?
Yes.
Great. So my calendar is dark green. You see that here. My name, dark green. So this event that I created is here in dark green, okay? Now, the way Google Calendar works, you have your calendar, your base calendar, and all the other calendars are overlaid on top of it, okay? So you see here on the left-hand side that I have many other calendars. I have holidays in Canada, I have our learning services calendar, I have my colleagues Mike's calendar. The purple you see is my boss's calendar, so I can see when he's free and busy, okay? Here, daylight savings time, that's holidays in Canada, because that's yellow, okay? So what we're going to do here, where it says add a colleague's calendar, not the plus sign, please. Everyone likes to very much click on the plus sign. I ask you please to just click in here and type in your colleague's email address. The partner you're working with today, please type in their email address. If it's a Royal Lepage email, you'll be able to have access to that calendar. If it's not, you'll have to request permission.
So you can set up something that I know what is.
And once the person grants you access to their calendar, you should see their name on the left-hand side, okay? So their calendar will overlay on top of your calendar. Fair? I'm sorry?
It came up beside it.
But do you see the name here? Okay, perfect. So one more time, I'm going to ask you to click in here, add a colleague's calendar, and type in learning services so that you add our training calendar and you see when workshops are coming up. If you're in a Royal Lepage account, it'll come up in a list. If you're not, you'll have to type in the full address, which is learning services altogether at royallepage.ca. It's at the bottom of every page of your workbook.
Learning?
Yeah, learning services at royallepage.ca.
So by clicking my email address, she has access to my calendar, even if I don't give.
Are you a Royal Lepage?
Yes.
Okay, yes, and we'll look at that. I'll show you where that is.
I put that in, it didn't work.
It didn't work?
No.
Because you're not on the Royal Lepage account, you're
Right.
on your own personal account.
So it doesn't.
So that's one of the downsides, it's not.
Yeah.
Fair? Yeah, okay. So also what I want to let you know, if we, let's take like 5 o'clock here. Let's click into 5 o'clock and you can create events directly from here. If I click in there, I'll get this window that opens up. I can create an event or I can even create a reminder. So let's say today is the closing on one of your properties or there's some conditions that you need to look at today for one of your properties. You can set a reminder, which is not an event or anything. It's just a reminder for you to know that you have to address something in particular today. So that's how we do that.
How do you, it comes up as an event, how do you make it something different?
You have these options here.
Yeah, out of office. Well, I don't have a reminder, how do I get reminded?
You don't have reminders? Do you have reminders turned on here? On the left, do you have reminders turned on?
Oh, I see, good, okay, thank you.
All right, are there any questions before we move on to Drive? Yes.
Do we unsync the calendars or we leave them on for the duration of today?
Oh, right, that's a great question. I was gonna get into the settings. Sorry about that. Okay, so I ask you please to hover on your name. Please hover on your name and you will see the 3 vertical dots again. So please click on the 3 vertical dots. And let's go to settings and sharing. Please click on settings and sharing. So here we see the name of the calendar, the time zone it belongs to, the email address it's associated with, and then it's an organizational email. If you're using an organizational email, you see your Royal Lepage. So if we scroll down a little bit, we see here these access permissions. So to answer your question more fully, by default, if you're using your @royallepage.ca email, your calendar is available to the entire organization. If you don't want that, you can deselect that. You can also make your calendar publicly available. Once you make one of these selections, these drop-down menus become available to you. And if you open up the drop-down menu, you have 2 options. You can say, I want people to see the details of my appointment, whether it's a phone call, a workshop, a dentist appointment, like whatever it is. Or you can say, you know what, just show free busy blocks. Okay, so that's what I have here. See only free busy. So people will only see when I'm busy, but not what I'm doing.
What you just said, is it on this?
Everything is in the workbook. Now here, if you can also share your calendar with specific people. So if they're outside of the organization, instead of them having to request access to your calendar, you can share your calendar out just by adding their email address. Now, I also was mentioning earlier that I have a 10-minute default notification setting. That is right here, okay? So if you want to change that for yourself, if you need a longer heads up, an hour or 30 minutes or whatever it is, please go ahead and make those changes here for however much advance notice you need before an appointment. And then if we scroll all the way down, and we're not going to click on anything, I just want to point this out. Please don't be clicking on anything. Here it says remove calendar. If you want to delete your calendar, that's that last block here. For calendars that are not yours, that you have merely subscribed to, you would do this in the same place. So you take your calendar, you hover on the name, the 3 vertical dots, and you go to settings. You scroll all the way down and it'll say here unsubscribe. So if you want to remove yourself from any calendar that you've added yourself to or subscribed to, you would do that by going all the way down in the settings functionality for that particular calendar. Fair?
Yeah.
All right, so any questions before we get on to Drive?
I changed the event notification time.
Yeah.
Do I have to save that somewhere?
No, this saves automatically. Unlike the settings in Gmail, it's kind of unusual. This saves automatically. All right, so I'm going to ask everyone to click up on those little 9 tiles right there, that mosaic of 9 tiles. And we're going to go and look at our Drive. That's this multicolored triangle here. Please click on Drive. And everyone should come to a screen that looks like this. Is that true?
Yes.
Wonderful. So here you see I'm using 6.2 gigabytes of 30 gigs of my storage. So this is email attachments, this is videos, PDFs, all of these things. If you could, sorry, you're left behind. How come? What about the 9 tiles? 9 tiles?
So what do you do here?
Save it and just drop it.
So what did you made any changes you made, or they've been saved? So you're okay. So yeah, so you're gonna go here, you're gonna click on Drive, that triangle there, and you're gonna be the screen that looks like that. Is anyone else a little bit behind? Do we all look like this? You're good, your screen looks like mine. You're in Drive, you've got all the menus on the left, right?
I am here.
On the right, that's my
Okay, you're in Drive, you're good. Yeah, got it? Or accept this for me? Okay, take me to Drive. Okay, great. Yes. Do you have the menu items on the left?
My Drive share with me recent.
Yeah, perfect. You're in Drive. You might not have my files, let's be clear, right? But you're in Google Drive. If you have a colorful triangle in the top left-hand corner, you're in Google Drive.
Yeah, sometimes it gets overwhelmed, but you know what it's good.
All right, so let me repeat this very important piece of information once again. I'm using 6.2 gigs of my 30 gigs. You will see how many gigs you're using here in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
What counts towards your storage are email attachments, videos, PDFs, things like this. If you create Google Docs, Google Sheets, or Google Slides, this does not count towards your storage. You can create 1,000 slide presentations here in Google Docs. This does not count towards your storage, okay? So you see here also the first row there, quick access. Those are the files I recently accessed. At the bottom there, you see some folders that I have created. let's click up here on new, right up here, new.
What? This is the very first time I've been into Drive,
Okay,
at least in a very long time. And it's asking me if I want to activate quick access.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, no, just got it. Okay, all right.
we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's click here on new. And here you can create a new folder in Drive. You can upload files from your computer, Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint, whatever it is. You can upload entire folders. And then here you can create docs in Google Drive, sheets, and slides. Fair? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go Google Docs, we're gonna rest our mouse on this arrow, and we're gonna click on blank document.
Mine doesn't show blank document. Oh, okay, it's late.
So I'm going to use my document from yesterday, but everyone's screen should, in a moment, look like this. Your document here will say unnamed document. Is that true? Lovely. Sorry? Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, and now what?
We're good? In the top right-hand corner, it says on the top left-hand corner. So let's click in there and let's name it, and we're gonna call it, Richmond Hill Test. Richmond Hill Test, and then hit enter, please. So now we've named our document. If you want to put a little star on it, you can click into the little star. And if you want to put it into a folder, you can also put it into a folder right there.
Okay.
It's okay.
Go back to see, where do I save the name? I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just up here, click in there where it says unnamed document.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to call it Richmond Hill Test.
Got it.
We're okay?
Thank you.
Good? Good, good, good. Okay. So see how up here it says last edit was yesterday at 10:08. Please watch up here. I'm going to change this text here. Okay? Please watch up here. I'm going to call this, training in Richmond Hill. And do you see how it says saving? And in a moment, it'll change to all changes saved in Drive. So the saving happens automatically. You don't have to go and click on save or the little diskette. The saving happens automatically. If I click here on file, I don't even have an option for save or save as like I do in Microsoft, okay? Because the saving happens continuously as we're working on this document. Now, if you like Microsoft Office and you want to download this back to a Word document, you can go here and click on download as, and then you can download it as a PDF or a Word and what do we have, a rich text format, like whatever format you need for this particular thing. So that's how we move between Google Docs and Microsoft Office. Fair?
So what happened to your previous page that you had there? It was
nothing. It got changed.
It got changed. So
yeah.
Whatever you had there, you saved it yesterday at 10.
Right.
And now today you changed it to Richmond. If you wanted to save that one, did you have the option, the one from yesterday?
Right. So I opened up the document from yesterday. You guys opened up a new one. But let's say I wanted to leave the Coburg test, I would have opened up a new blank document. But I wanted, because so that I don't have so many, I just used the one from yesterday. Yeah? Yes.
So once you open with, let's say, Microsoft Word,
yeah,
and it saves like 2 documents. Is it right?
So you can, if you download this,
yes.
Yeah, so you'll have a Microsoft Word on your hard drive,
yeah,
and you'll have this one here on your Google Docs.
But next time when you use like a Google, then which one you open, you have
to choose.
Oh.
You have to choose. Okay? Yes.
When it saves it automatically, what format is it saved
in? In a Google Docs format.
And what's the prefix?
The extension?
Yeah.
It's done all on Chrome. There's no real extension for it. Like it's not like something. literally Google Docs format. They don't care.
So it doesn't, okay, all right.
And what Yvonne's showing you here is, biggest concern is going back out of it. You just go, download as Word doc, done. Then you have it as a Word doc. You need it.
And if I send it to somebody else,
Oh, we're gonna do it. We'll get to this ending. Yes.
So, why am I using this stuff?
So you're
I'm
using
saving it
this?
as a Word doc anyways, now I've got 2 documents, I've got to check what I had in the future.
Well, I mean, the idea is not to save it as a Word doc. The idea is to have it live in the cloud.
Oh, okay.
If your computer decides to part company with you, that Microsoft Word document that's on your hard drive,
Right.
you know, you're gonna have to do a lot of work to recover that. Here, it's in the cloud, so all you do is you log back in with your Google details and you're good to go.
Oh, okay, so rather than creating a Word doc and dropping it like I do in a Dropbox, and using up storage you gotta pay for, you're using this because it's free storage.
You're
That's why
using-
going that path.
Yeah,
Oh,
you've got a lot of storage there.
Gotcha.
And then you can, if you make changes or your system makes changes or someone makes changes, it's always the latest and greatest version. Yeah, fair? Any other questions about that? Yes.
So this is a duplicate to I'm on Microsoft Exchange. So this duplicates all that, I think.
Well, duplicates, I mean, it's not, unless you bring it in here, it doesn't live here, so there is no duplication.
But the whole program is similar to, it's another Microsoft and this is Google, right?
Yeah, so you have Microsoft, which is one type of cloud, and Google, which is another type of cloud, and Dropbox, which is another type of cloud. So you have to pick a cloud. Yeah, you have to pick a cloud.
It's like a song.
I tell you.
Yes.
I've got about 3 years worth of documents in Dropbox,
Okay.
because I've been using it for that long. I don't keep anything on my hard drive. I treat Dropbox as though it's my hard drive.
Okay.
So in switching from that system that I built a long time ago, I like what I'm seeing here.
Okay.
How do I get all my previous documents into this system?
So you know how you have a Dropbox folder on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to, here when you would go to, let me just go back here, sit tight everyone for me. If I go here, new, file upload, and then you go get them from your Dropbox folder.
Does it say there?
Yeah, fair?
You're gonna pay for that space once you see the 30 gigabytes, right?
Yeah, I haven't started needing to pay
Oh,
Dropbox.
connect to Wrobel.
Eventually I will, yes.
Well, the benefit is, to be honest, if you're putting stuff in Google Docs and drives and format and all that stuff, which is what Yvonne's kind of showing you here, is actually that doesn't count towards your storage.
Yeah, no, he was
So-
gonna take all of his Dropbox
Yeah.
in 3 years and put it in a here
Yeah,
now.
so it depends on the file format. Like I convert my docs.
And what is the Dropbox here? I would say.
Good, good, good? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, still with our document here, we're gonna go up here, top right-hand corner, you're gonna click on share, please. And I ask you please to share this document with the partner you're working with today. So please type in their email address.
So that needs to be someone now that's in the
It says
Google
sorry,
Suite
sharing
too.
cannot be available.
It doesn't have to be, but it's, no.
But it has a Gmail account.
You can, I mean, they can, they'll get the link anyway.
Mm.
So once you've typed in your partner's email address, again, I'm going to share this with my colleague Trainer Mike. Please click on send here at the bottom.
My computer says, sorry, sharing unavailable at this time. Please try again.
Sharing is unavailable. Are you online?
Yes.
Okay.
You okay on that?
I already did. Try to connect.
Yeah. it's
My computer says I have a limit of 15 gigs, not 30, is that?
Are you on your personal Gmail?
I'm not online.
I guess I was. Oh, it's for Lepage.
So everyone is shared with their buddy for today. If we hover up here on share, do you see how it says shared with one person? Yours should also say shared with one person. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if your memory is as good as mine, by 3 o'clock this afternoon, you will forget who you've shared this with. So let's go up there and click on share once again. And please click down here on advanced. Down here on advanced.
Yes.
And now you see who you're sharing this document with. So you see that I'm sharing this document with my colleague trainer Mike. If I want to remove his sharing privileges, I click on the little X and those sharing privileges go away.
Sorry, when did you go?
Okay, share up here, top right hand
Yeah,
corner,
got it.
advanced. Click on advanced.
Oh, okay.
You have to make up a document.
Oh, all right, okay.
So now, if I want to modify what kind of privileges Mike has, I can open up this drop-down menu, and he has edit privileges. So he can go in there, he can make any changes he wants. If I just want him to be able to comment, I click on can comment, and now he can only comment. Or if I want him to have read-only privileges, that is can view. Okay? Now, let's say, for example, that you are working with an external vendor for 3 months and you're sharing documents back and forth, but after the 90-day business relationship, you don't want them to have access to the documents anymore. So you don't want them to go in there and muck about with stuff. You can set an expiry. Okay, so you click on set an expiry, you say, okay, in 90 days from now, these sharing privileges are done, and then they will no longer have access after 3 months. Fair, fair, fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, great. So, yeah, and then you'd have to click down at the bottom. All right, so we're in a new tab here. I'm going to ask everyone to X out of this tab in their browser. At the very top, just click X, and you should come back to your Google Drive. Is that true?
Where's the X?
Where's the so you can't see it, but at the very top, you have your tabs open. You have your different tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, good,
Right
good,
out of
good.
Google Drive.
You want us to get right to the Google Drive?
You know, you're in Drive, you're good, you're in Drive. Perfect, we want to be in Drive, yes.
When I create this document and I want to send it to a client,
Yeah?
and that client has no conception about Google, they do everything in a different system.
Yeah.
How do they manipulate or deal with the document?
So they will get the link to, that's the address where this document resides in the cloud, and they can access it. And they can work right in there.
Can you show us what that looks like?
In terms of, like, they would, the layout
So
would
you know
be
what, I can play with it.
exactly the same,
Okay.
yeah?
The other thing you could do, and I think you showed it, right, the email as attachments, so I use that all the time. You'll email as attachments, you can also do that for mobile from any device, you just go share and export, it'll ask you what format you want. So if I'm, say, for instance, sharing with a realtor, I don't want to share my document, I don't want them logging into it. So these are questions all the time. So I go file, email as attachment, PDF or PowerPoint or whatever format they need, and then I just send it. Now they have that PDF document, whatever it is. So I find that really beneficial because again, with Word, I had to go save as PDF, save it on my computer, open my email, hit attachments, send it up that way. With Drive, I just go file, email, attachment, PDF, write in my message, send it out, it goes directly from Drive. If I want a copy of it, I say send a copy to me, so it won't go to send email, and then it's out.
Can we do that?
Sure, you want to, here, just go to our RH test there.
Yeah.
I'll show you real quickly how easy this is. So, yeah, open that up. And it was right under, if you go to File, right underneath that Download As, you're going to see Email as Attachment.
Emails attachment, okay.
So when you go Email as Attachment, just click on that for me real quick. And you'll see it says Attach As. So by default, it picks PDF, because usually if I'm sending some document out, you know, I don't want somebody to be modifying it or whatever, right? So usually, you know, the top two are kind of the main two, right? PDF is most likely what you would be sending out. So then below that, you're going to see the email too. So I'll leave it as PDF, that's cool. So click the next section there too. You can send it to me, yeah. the subject line, of course, the message, and then as you see below, send a copy to myself. So like I said, this will not end up in your sent emails. So if you want a record of this, because sometimes people will be like, I don't know if I got that or whatever, so you just say, send a copy to myself, you can have a copy, so that we know that it actually went down. And when she clicks on send, it will send out a PDF version of this document to me. And I'll see when I get it. I got it right now. So that's how quick it goes. And as you can see, I just got a PDF of exactly that document.
Great, okay.
The nice thing with that is, again, you go, the Google Doc now can be a living document. So for instance, maybe you have a thing on market updates or whatever. Instead of having to create new ones that save them to your desktop, you can actually just create them in here and send them as PDFs or whatever you need, whenever you need it. I do it all the time.
Yes.
Hope that helps.
And this is the part where you get the,
Sorry?
to send the email.
Yeah.
Like click in the document.
And you just file, email
Yeah,
as
you need to
attachment.
file.
Email as attachment.
Sorry, man.
Oh, no, thank you. Okay, so back in Google Drive here, we are going to click up at the top in Search Drive. And what I am after here is this one here, Royal Lepage Listing Presentation, August 2018. Please go ahead and search that. This is available to those who are using at royallepage.ca only. If you're on your personal Gmail, you will not have access to this because we have made it available company-wide only. So if you're on your at royallepage.ca email, at the very top where it says Search Drive, please type in Royal Lepage Listing Presentation, August 2018. It should start to come up in a list.
Click on that.
Click on it. Are you on your at royallepage.ca email?
Got it.
Are you using your at royallepage account?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're gonna do for me, you're gonna click up here in Search Drive at the top.
Okay.
And you're gonna type in Royal Lepage.
Yep.
Royal Lepage Listing Presentation, August 2018. This is the one I'm after.
Got it.
Okay, so let's click on it and it should open up like this for everyone. Is that true?
Yep.
Lovely. So you see here, we've made this read only because it's shared to the entire network. So we don't want you guys going about and changing the individual one. But if you want to download a copy so that it's now editable and you can tweak it for your particular marketplace, please click on File and Make a Copy. And now you'll have to name it so that you know what it's called, and it'll save down to your Google Drive, and it'll be editable. So you can go in and change it and then customize it for your particular market.
Are you using Royal Lepage? No. Okay, so unless you have access to it.
Only for at royallepage.ca. Yep. Good. Any questions about that? Yeah, you like that?
Charlotte, right?
If you don't have internet access, then you won't be able to access to this presentation.
Right. This is online. You have to be able to search. Yeah.
But if you're in the client's home,
Yes.
you could save a copy of this to your hard drive, so that if you're in a client's home and you don't have internet access, you could at least pull it up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are there any questions about that? All right, so what I'm going to ask everyone to do is to pull out their phone and open up their Gmail app, please. The one with the big red M. So on your phone, I'm after this one here, this Gmail app, the one with the big red M. This is what we're going to look at.
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
I was just explaining here.
That's okay.
What do I do?
On your phone, Gmail, big red M. Please open up that app.
If you don't have the red
So if you don't have it, please jump onto your app store. Please download the Gmail app. No, so what I'm after is this big red M. Okay, in your app store, Gmail, this big red M, this has to look like this. If you go into your app store, you type in Gmail, you'll see the app with the big red M.
Not on the first one, just, not on the first screen.
I don't know where you have it, wherever you have it, if it's on the third screen.
You don't have it?
Yeah, I do have.
If you know, oh, okay, so over there. Okay.
So let's open up that app, let's click on it, and here you see all the emails exactly as you saw on my computer, okay? And you should see yours exactly as you saw them on the computer. So what you can do here, you can click on the little star to star the emails. You see here we added the Richmond Hill test label, so you see it here. And you can compose new messages right from your app by clicking on the little pencil. So what I'm after, top left-hand corner, the 3 horizontal bars, is called a hamburger stack, okay? So I'm gonna be referring to hamburger stacks throughout the course of the morning. So we're gonna click on the little hamburger stack there, and you see here exactly as we saw on the screen. Inbox, the start folder, the snooze folder, important, all of those. And if I scroll down a little bit, there's my Richmond Hill test label. Does everyone see their Richmond Hill test label?
Some of us are still down.
Sorry?
Some of us are still down.
Downloading, some of you are still downloading? Okay, so I'll give you a minute.
I'm having trouble downloading because Apple doesn't allow it.
Your password?
No, it's not my password. It's credit card.
Well, if your credit card's out of date on your app store, they will want an up-to-date, like, expiry date. So Google, and go ahead and sign into your Gmail account.
Mine gives me that, what does that tell me? I try to go in and it says, something went wrong.
Sign in. Okay, so turn that on, but I'm not sure why that would be turned off. There you go, done. And there are all your emails should be there. Are you sure that's a Gmail?
It doesn't work, you have to
Well, it depends. You can have like Lepage is a Gmail, but it's @Lepage. So it's very hard for me because I don't know what your email is because it's your name. So I'm not sure if it's an email or if it's Gmail or if it's something else.
Where's the mic?
I don't see that which one is that.
So what about the hamburger stack? Click top left-hand corner of the hamburger stack.
Yeah.
If you scroll down a little bit, do you see Richmond Hill test?
I looked at that and it just.
Are you on your @Lepage or are you on your personal Gmail? Depends which account you're on.
Can you,
It's on the E.
On the E?
Yeah, it says here.
Okay, you're on your personal Gmail. Are you on your personal or your Wrobel page? Okay, so if you open this arrow up, I need you to add an account. I need you to add your Wrobel page. Yes.
all these folders I have done in the past.
Yeah,
Can I put them in the cloud?
they are in the cloud.
Oh, they are in the
Yeah.
cloud? Okay, there you go, that's right.
So just hit open.
Google.
I didn't even know I could.
Yes.
This is complicated because I have family sharing.
I'm on Microsoft.
What they're asking is the security code for it is my
Where you
daughter's.
are, when you're on Exchange, you're on,
So it has
credit
to
card.
get security.
you sign in Microsoft Office, so I'm on Exchange, so Exchange is
But
in the cloud with
but it's
Microsoft.
free. Not paying.
I know, but if you're in
So
the
is this
City of Store, it's always wanted
But it's
if you're
still-
downloading free one. If your account
So
information, your
recognizes
credit card information is out
We'd
of
like
date,
to be able to look
they'll
at
just
the
want it like to be up to date. Even if you're, you know, you're never going to pay, they just want to make sure the information is correct. Okay, good.
So they're up front. A lot of these I don't need.
Okay.
Okay, you're good.
So I should be okay now.
I appreciate it, yes.
They need to give it-
Oh, 33 hours, yes. the invitations, it said 9:30 to 12:30. Your computer and your Google password, it's 3 hours, yeah. Okay, good, good, good.
So I change it?
Okay,
Myself and my assistant,
so snooze, so again, hamburger stop,
I don't see anything that I have.
Richmond Hill test.
Okay, there it is.
There it is.
Did we look at it?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Nothing in my.
So I was downloading the app.
Yeah,
I've never did that,
so next.
and then
Okay. Recovery email.
But then when I came back, it asked for your name and last name. I put that in and it says account not found. So I didn't know if it was supposed to be over a page.
I put in the email that you've been working with today.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, are you sure that's your Lepage email?
Yep.
First name dot last name?
Yep.
There's no reason it shouldn't work.
So now it asks for first name, last name.
Okay.
So I put mine in it, right?
Okay.
And then that's when it says no.
There's something not right with your phone. I'm not sure what it is. It should be moving through that.
Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, the email address you're entering is incorrect. It's just as simple as that. All right, good, good, good. All right, so we all see our label Richmond Hill test.
I'm still trying to get my daughter's CV.
Okay. So I unfortunately, I have to keep going.
Yeah, that's.
So we have here create new, okay? So we can create new labels directly from here. So as you see, this mirrors what we saw on the computer, okay? There's nothing, we didn't have to go on the computer and say, oh, now go and talk to my phone, right? It's all there, all exactly as we had it. So now what I'm after, please, is this calendar here, Google Calendar. So the big blue box with the 31 in it, again, if you don't have it, please download it from the App Store, Google Calendar.
Is it Google Calendar or just calendar?
Google Calendar, the icon should look like that, big blue box, 31.
Big blue box. I got Google Plus, that's not it.
No.
Google Calendar.
Just click on it. Oh, you gotta be on the phone. This is for the phone, right?
Yeah, for the phone, everything for the phone right now. So just the Google Calendar,
If you don't have it, we have to download it?
please.
I got it stuck again. So I'm in here, and what do I type?
Okay, on your home screen, do you have an icon? If you're on your home screen, if you press the big button at the bottom, do you have your Google Calendar app? It has to look like this. If it doesn't look like this, then I please ask you to download it from the App Store.
I gotta try. I don't know how to type that.
Yeah, if I don't know my password, I can't do it.
I spoke with Celeste last week. I know she communicated in an email. Everyone has to have their password for the App Store, very essential. You okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so on when we set the Richmond Hill test on my computer, I can see the calendar update.
Yeah.
Never mind, it just popped up. Okay. I get excited.
So I don't want to rush anyone. Just let me know when your phone is finished downloading.
How do we find our password if we don't know it?
then you don't have a recovery email or something? It sends you a code if you say forgot password.
Where do you go to get that?
For your app store?
No, for my iPhone.
Yeah, you have to go through their recovery methods.
But how do you do that?
It must say there forgot password, change password, reset password.
I don't even know where to go. I wouldn't even know where to go.
So if you go onto your computer, does it give you an option to reset your password for the App Store?
Well, I'm not on my computer, I'm on this thing. Unless I go there. So I can go.
So if you go onto,
I can't go to Google?
so your App Store here. Yeah, so
Yeah.
your account,
It's right here, get. Now I need to get, install.
installer,
It's saying my password, I don't know what my password is.
You set up a thumb
One second.
to a recap.
Cannot verify it. The session's time. I don't do thumbs.
so forgot Apple ID, let's start there. Okay, so now, all right, has everyone finished downloading their calendar? Quiet, I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, so I have to move on. We're already running a little bit behind, so I want to make sure you guys get out of here on time because I know you're very busy. So does everyone see their Richmond Hill test at 2 o'clock? Lovely. Now, again, hamburger stack at the very top. You see, you can have a day view, a 3-day view, a week view, or a month view. And then below that, you should see the calendar. So your partner today, you should see their name on that list. If you added their calendar, you should see it there. You should also see learning services. Is that true? No?
I already deleted them, so.
Oh, you already deleted them. Okay, but at least you know why you don't see them.
We got paranoid.
You got paranoid. Oh my. Oh my. It's as if I'm asking you to do something nefarious. Fair?
Yep.
Good?
No, it's not working. So
Okay.
I just missed it.
So, and again, you can add events right from here by clicking on the little plus sign. Now, one last thing I'm going to ask everyone to do is their Google Drive, the colorful triangle, you see it in the top row there. Please go ahead and either open up or, if need be, download your Google Drive app. And once you open it up, you should see the document Richmond Hill test that we created.
Yes.
And you should see the Royal Lepage listing presentation that you downloaded. True?
I'm lost.
You're lost. Let's have a look. Okay, what's this? This is your calendar?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to download the Google Calendar. This is not Google Calendar. Okay, so Google Calendar is a big blue box with a 31 in it. So just go onto your Google Play Store, and download Google Calendar. All right, how are we doing with the Google Drive?
There.
Google Drive,
What's this thing look like? Google Drive?
the colorful triangle. The logo looks like that.
But the triangle?
The triangle. Google Drive, the triangle, colorful triangle.
Yes.
On the drive.
So,
I haven't done so
Google
far.
Yes.
What I need is-
Yes.
You can access the documents on the go.
So if it's in your Google Drive, it'll show you.
That's your calendar, right? This is my Google calendar. So now, I would just need you to download the Google Drive app. So just click on the big button. Yeah, and now if you're search Google Drive, Google Drive. All right, is that okay?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So just quickly.
That's good, that's good. So when you go into my drive and underneath computers, mine says it's not syncing with anything to my laptop.
Well, if you're signed, are you signed in with your Wrobel page?
No.
Okay,
No,
so,
I'm in Drive.
all right, I will, you know what, I'll help you in a minute over break. I just really need to finish this up and let people go on a quick little break. So. Okay, so we looked at Gmail, we looked at the calendar. So again, the calendar accessible from anywhere. It's web-based, it's in the cloud. As I was saying, it's an overlay of multiple calendars. It's available on both platforms, so Android and iPhone, you have it here. And we looked at appointments, events, and reminders. Now, when we talked about Drive, right, there's a direct backup of your previous files. You can scan and send large files. So remember, you're just sending an address to where that document resides in the cloud, right? So that negates having to send these emails with these ultra large attachments. So that's another benefit of Google Drive. And then you can access documents on the go, as we saw, and there's a built-in search functionality. So with that said, I'm going to give you guys a quick little break, but we are quite behind. So we're going to resume in 5 minutes. It is 11:21. I'll be starting 11:25 on the money. Please, over break, I ask you to download this app here, Ads Manager, on your phone. Please go into your Apple Store and download the Ads Manager for Facebook. And I'm also, while I have you here, I'm going to sign everyone in. Can you please tell me if you see your names on this list?
It's just Ads Manager?
Facebook Ads Manager.
For Facebook.
For Facebook, yeah? The circle, it should be green and blue, circle with a triangle in the middle.
Is it this one?
I still can't do it because I have no.
Is it this one?
Yes, the second one. Okay, do I have Ali Arabi here, or Bobby, sorry? No?
He just left.
He just left? Was he sitting next to you?
He was
Okay,
sitting here.
so he was here. Hala? Jenna?
Hello,
I'm sorry?
hello, Shalom. SH.
Yeah, me know it's her.
Okay, so let's go in order. Here I have Ala Al-Kilani. No? Jenna Kong. And Minu. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm gonna have to get you guys to sign in. Are you checked off on this list? Great, perfect. Are you checked off on this list? Yeah, please. Great, thank you. If it's ready. That's good. Are you checked off on this list?
My name wasn't there.
So you're okay? Are you checked off on this list?
Yes, it's not.
That's you?
Yes.
Okay, you are you checked off on this list? Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you kindly. Appreciate that.
Yes.
This, my face. She wants to take it 36 black. Okay, are you checked off on this list? Is there an X next to your name?
Yes.
Okay, lovely, perfect. You checked off on this list? Wonderful, thank you kindly. You're not on the list? Could I just ask you to put your name down at the very bottom? Oops, sorry about that. Thank you kindly. Can you check that on this list? You checked off?
Sorry,
Okay.
what was the name of the app we have?
Facebook Ads Manager app. Are you checked off on this list? Is there a check mark or X next to your name? Okay, wonderful, perfect. Are you checked off on this
Yes, I am.
list? Wonderful, thank you. Okay, you had a question for me?
Yeah, just in regards to.
I think that's I need a little bit more.
Yeah. So here, okay, you're in Outlook. No, I don't know anything about Gmail. Gmail, you know the filters we created?
Yeah.
You can set this to not go to junk. Well, I'm only schooling, so they're changing. I don't know.
And then I changes, like you can get access.
Honey, you don't have to, but I can't answer your question. I have to, right?
I thought that one point, right? Yep. I'm gonna line your thumb up properly, 'cause did you ever set up your account? Okay, go on, goes to that. Okay, so that's case here, there's video communication, that's you. Password is yours.
So.
I don't something like I don't know if they stop me. I think I got it,
Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right, so we're gonna look at creating quality content where you stand. This is the video component of our session today. So it used to be that creating videos was a very involved process. It looked like this part here on the left. You needed a whole team of people. You needed a cameraman with a big clunky camera on his shoulder, someone to hold the mic that was attached to the camera with a cord with this big floppy thing on the top, right? It was a very involved process. Today, it looks like the image you see off to the right. All we really need is me, myself, and I, a cell phone and a selfie stick, and we are off to the races, right? Here on the left, there was a lot of post-production involved, audio, visual, video, all of this. On the right-hand side, we can do all of this on our phone, and then we're off to the races. We can post it online, share it on social, email it, whatever the case may be. So today we're going to be looking at two different platforms, Facebook Live and BombBomb. Each one is different and distinct in their own ways. We're going to talk about them. So you see here the stats, okay? So percentage of increase using video in emails compared to traditional text messages. So you see here there are much greater replies and responses generated with video email, more click-throughs with the email, more leads, people stay in touch more effectively, and it generates more referrals. Those are huge, huge percentages, okay? At the Inman conference, the topic of the week was video. Every single, main stage breakout, all of this, video was the topic. So before you get in front of a camera, you need to ask yourself these 6 questions. We can't just get on there and ramble. We have to have some sort of order and structure to it. So what is the goal? What is the objective of the video email? We need to know what that is before we get on to the email. Who is the audience, right? So this is what I was saying earlier, niching in a specific market and talking to a particular group and addressing their specific pain points. Now, what do you want to say? So the few Facebook Lives that I've participated on, the lady there, she had like a list of her talking points, and she wasn't reading them off certainly, but she had them down here, and so she was talking about whatever it is she was talking about, and then she's like, okay, let me check that I've talked about everything I wanted to tell you guys. So we're at point 1, 2. Oh, right, point 3, right, I haven't discussed that yet. Well, let me tell you about, and then she went on whatever point 3 was, okay? Why does anyone care? Also very important. Why should anyone spend 10, 12, 15 minutes of their lives with you on a Facebook Live or watch a BombBomb video, right? We have to, bear in mind as to why they need to care, why they should care, and then where will it be seen? So BombBomb is a video email. You have full control over who that is going to be going out to. Facebook Live is public. You don't know who's going to be on your Facebook Live. They might be people who know you, who don't know you, who like your page, who haven't liked your page, who don't know anything about you. You can't choose who is on your Facebook Live, okay? So the audience is very, very different for BombBomb videos and for Facebook Live. And then lastly, what do we want viewers to take away? So if we're going to be talking about RRSPs, using RRSPs for down payment, right? What are the 3 main takeaways? Well, I don't know, the maybe 12-year repayment period, 2-year grace period, whatever the conditions are, right? Maybe those are the takeaways. So we really need to bear in mind what are the 1, 2, 3 things we want people to walk away with with regards to our particular topic. So these are 6 questions that you should definitely have answered well before you step in front of a camera so that your video is coherent, it's well organized, all of these good things. This is on page 15 of your workbooks. No need to worry. Everything I'm talking about today is in your workbook. So, a challenge activity for you. I kindly ask you to reflect on the last 2 weeks, please, and think of someone who has helped you out in some capacity. Maybe they have shared some time with you or given you some of their time. Maybe they've met with you, they've referred you, they've visited your website. This is not an exhaustive list. You can thank them for something else. This is just to get some ideas for it. So on page 16 of your workbooks, I kindly ask you to prepare a thank you message to this person. Please write down who you will be thanking and what you will be thanking them for. So I give you 2 minutes to prepare that, and then we'll continue with the exercise. So for those of you who have finished writing out your thank you message, if you haven't finished, there's no rush. Take your time, all the time you need. For those of you who are done, I kindly ask you to jump onto this website here, www.bombbomb.com/Lepage. And please, it's atomic bomb, atomic bomb. So you should come to a black screen with the Royal Lepage logo at the top, and then please click on free trial, and then please go ahead and enter your name, email address, phone number, and all those good things. So /Royal Lepage. So atomicbomb.com.
Oh, not bombbomb.com?
Exactly as it is up on the screen.
Oh. You sign in there.
Atomic bomb, B-O-M-B-B-O-M-B. No, you don't. You put B-O-M-B-O-M.
Oh, I put this in.
I'm eventually going to be switching over to my large page address, but for now, I was going to do the chat.com address. Should I put
All this stuff just to accept.
However you want to do that.
So it doesn't matter, it doesn't need to.
Did you sign in or did you just?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Does it say free? Does it
free
say
trial.
Yeah.
Free trial.
So if you trial, then once it's signed in, and then
Oh, free trial.
start your free trial, yeah.
all right, so free trial. Do you want to hit free trial for me? There you go. Okay, name, first name, last name, email, phone number. You're good and ready. We're gonna click on that red button. Okay, cool. All right, how you doing here? Getting there, no problem.
Absolutely fine.
We're good? You found it? Okay, great. So keep going, fill out, make sure you fill out everything. Make sure you fill out all the fields at the bottom. You're gonna click myself, and then what is my goal with BombBomb? And so please select from the drop-down menu, and then please go ahead and click on Start Your Free Trial. And on the next screen, just please go ahead and click Next.
There is no next screen.
Okay, myself.
So if we click on Start Your Free Trial, okay, so go up. There's something that's not right in what you filled in. Keep going, up, 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 up. Okay, so go down. Now what's this? Real estate, select your company, select, right? You just fill in everything. How you doing?
I'm just.
Okay, great.
Increase confidence.
Perfect. And then just when you selected that, click on Start Your Free Trial.
What they have. They send a valid phone number.
Another account that says what this email.
Okay, so that means you already have an account. So what you're gonna do, you're just gonna go to bombbomb.com, up here, bombbomb.com, and you're gonna go log in.
Oh.
So start your free trial, yeah. Okay, so you have to make sure you fill in all these fields here. You have to fill everything in. Okay, good. So start your free trial. Okay, if you scroll up for me, there's something that's not filled in or missing. Oh, no, okay, you're good. So next.
Another account.
Yeah.
I didn't have an account, so.
And then you're just gonna get your physical address details for brokerage. Okay, so don't worry about this. X out of just click away for me. Okay, next. Okay, and now, okay, you're good. You're gonna click on this red button for me. You're gonna say allow. And then scroll down a little bit. You're here. You're gonna click on that red little button, and you're going to record a video, your thank you message, and you're gonna send it on to your colleague. Okay? Okay, physical address details for brokerage. So just click on next for me. Click on next for me there, Nina.
Yeah.
Okay, and now your physical, the address details for brokerage.
See, I think I walk in, but it looks like I already had them to me and.
No problem. So click on that red button.
This is not the word, but thank you
And
for
you're gonna.
spending time with me and.
Okay, great. So scroll down a little bit.
Today.
You're gonna click on that red button when you're ready, and you're gonna
It is-
record your
I
physical
really-
message, just to get off to your partner. Oh, so click on next for me.
Yeah, next, is next.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
It doesn't go.
Oh, you
No,
don't,
Top
it
right
says I
hand
have
corner,
another
there'll be a
account,
red
so I don't know
button,
where to
red
go.
record button, so you're gonna click on that for me. Okay, click on next for me.
Terms and conditions, okay.
So we're gonna click on this red record button. And then we're gonna say allow camera, allow microphone. Oh, and scroll down a little bit. When you're ready, you're gonna hit that red record button and you're gonna just like that.
Okay, your account is active.
Once it finishes, it'll tell you something like this.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so just click allow for me at the top there. Okay, scroll down a little bit and then hit that red button when you're ready to go to record your video. So when you're ready, start your free trial. Okay, what's going on here? Please select an option. You have a drop down menu there. How you doing here?
It says that I have an account.
Okay, click on this red button here. So you're gonna say allow. You're gonna scroll down a little bit and you're gonna hit that red record button and you're gonna record a video and send it off to your colleague. I got trouble. Next. And you're gonna put in your physical promotion.
Me, right?
Right, so I put the,
I got a prison.
Hate to see myself. I gotta put that little makeup.
I got an error.
I tried. Just wanted to say thank you for being my team player today.
No, it's gonna be worth
You take care. I have learned a lot today.
So you want to allow, so take video, yeah.
I don't think I was recording. Hi Sharon.
Face yourself.
Hit
Hit that red
Teresa
record
Temple.
button when you're ready to
And
go.
I want to say
And there you
thank
go.
you for
Mine
being
went
my
to
team
It was
player.
nice to meet you.
Relax.
Mine went
I'm
to
learning a lot today. This is Chinese. Ah, I'm not good.
I screwed up, I wasn't sure.
Texas.
Oh, yes, yeah.
We just went
Probably,
to.
yes.
Okay, scroll down a little bit.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Did you, what should I say in the video?
Troubleshoot.
Yeah, there's something, okay. Do you want to download the app?
No, you have to.
I can't.
And red
I don't have
button
my ID.
I just took one that I had.
and allow.
Okay, so just watch with your colleague here. Did you send it off to your colleague? Okay, do you want to do that for me?
And here.
Okay.
No, it doesn't have
You send it off to each
You
other?
have to change.
If you click on the home
Yeah.
and go in the dashboard.
Yeah. Oh,
You
great.
just,
On your dashboard, where's your
and then
Yeah,
press
Oh.
here.
Why do I type on you now?
Yes, I can.
This is,
So on your dashboard, you see
awful.
the tracking on the right hand side?
Yeah, she opened it.
No, so this is one of the
I
other.
have no clue what I created.
They'll show you the tracking.
I
Okay, so you
it's
send it
amazing.
off, as your colleague opens it and played it, you open his and played it. Okay, so go to your email and open his.
And you stop it.
Send it, who you're looking for the lady behind you, so go ahead and send it to her.
You sent it, Jim?
Okay, so we're gonna go next, then we're gonna put our physical brokerage details.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, X out of, so no, X out of this here. Okay, what's happening here?
Can you say something?
Now, go, okay, that's okay, close out of this, X out of this. Okay, now you don't have a face because your camera's covered. So you're gonna click on your little red record button.
It's here, you have to press here to start recording. No, because you have this cover, so there's no cover. But you're recording now, so you can see something. You press that button. Upload now. Okay, now it's uploading. It's ready.
Still using.
Well, I have to see it.
Look at that. The best thing.
Yeah, I've done it because I sent it.
Press send it.
I have to take it later, I was like here. You can see it because you have a camera. How would you come? You have to take that off. If you want to see it. Well,
Okay, good. So you open his email? He hasn't come through yet? Okay. Right, how do we do?
That's why.
Okay, so how are we going?
Not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere, why not? Okay, what, did you record a video?
No.
Why not?
It doesn't record, I don't know why.
Okay, X out of this here. Okay, click on this little red button. Okay, it does not recording a video. See, it's recording a video, it's just your camera's covered.
By what?
The sticker.
Oh my God, this is-
what do you need?
Remove it.
Oh, here.
All right.
It's okay, we're getting there.
My daughter covers it.
All right, so you recorded your video, you've sent it off to the partner that you're working with today, right? Right?
Yeah.
And has your partner opened it up and played it? Yes? Okay. So if you go back onto your BombBomb, you should, on the dashboard, if you click up at the top on the dashboard, you should see the video email that you sent, that they've opened it and that they've played it. Is that true?
Not yet.
Not yet, but we're getting there. So while that's thinking, let me just speak to this a little bit. BombBomb is great in that, again, you have full control over who you're sending it to. You see the tracking data. Now, I also want to emphasize that the video that you've sent, I know it's embedded in the email, but please know that it's just a link. You're not sending this heavy duty MP4, okay? So it's easy on upload, easy on download, and it's also, you retain full control over the video. If you delete the video from your video library, that link is broken, okay? So that's good to know because you're not giving someone else control and power over the video for them to share and do whatever they want. There's also a BombBomb app. So if you download the app, you can record right from your phone and you can send a video text message and you can share out onto social, okay? We did it from the computer today because it's a little bit easier, but please know that you can send it out as a video text message or share on social, Instagram or whatever, if you do it from the BombBomb app. Fair? Any questions about that?
Oh, really? No, from the app. Which one is that?
Okay, so I'm going to move on to Facebook Live. Are there any questions about the BombBomb? So Facebook Live, best practices. Today is Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. So let's say you're going to do a Facebook Live Friday, 2 o'clock on how to use your RSPs for down payment. That's my classic example, right? So today you want to go onto your Facebook business page and when it says what's happening, hey guys, come join me Friday, 2 p.m. I'm going to be doing a quick live to let you know about the important features regarding using your RSPs for down payment. So it'll be on my business page Friday, 2 p.m. Put it on your calendars. Don't miss out. Looking forward to seeing you there. Something to this effect, right? You want to tell viewers ahead of time what to expect and when to expect it so they can work it into their schedule. Also, please ensure that you have a strong internet connection. Nothing worse than audio and video dropping out when you're doing a video, right? Including a clear call to action. So you want to ask your viewers to subscribe to live notifications. That's also a great idea. And people are going to be who are on there with you on your Facebook Live. They're going to be, chatting or commenting or asking questions. So you want to be sure to engage with them. And when you do, I encourage you to call them out by name. Hey, Sarah, great to see you here. Glad to know you're learning so much about this topic and that you're finding this useful. Thank you for the comment. You want to read out the comment. Or maybe if David has a question, right? What's the grace period before I have to start repaying my RSPs? Great question, David. So David's question, and then you read it out so people know what it is. And the response to that is A, B, C, right? So you want to be engaging with those that are on your Facebook Live with you. All right, so what do we want to talk about on our Facebook Live? Here are some ideas. This is not an exhaustive list. A day in the life of a Lepage real estate agent in Richmond Hill, for example, right? Or what's the market like, or what is something to that effect. Testimonials, video testimonials, that much more powerful than email testimonials or written testimonials, right? So you could do a video testimonial with one of your clients. Behind the scenes, what's your process? How do you market your listing? Something like this. The one I really like is realtor designations. So we went out here on Yonge Street, we stopped someone and we said, hey, you know what, if you're looking to hire a realtor, you know, what kind of designations should they have? Like, what does it mean? Why is that important? No one can answer that question. Guaranteed no one can answer that question, right? That is a great Facebook Live, right? What are the designations? What do they mean? Why are they important? Another one here, questions your realtor should be asking you. So if you're looking to hire a realtor, you want to ask them, you know, X, Y, Z. How do you know that you have a good realtor in front of you? Well, if they're asking you some great questions, you know you have someone who's experienced. The types of questions you want to be looking out for are A, B, C, for example, right? So again, this is not an exhaustive list, just some ideas to get your creative juices flowing in terms of what you might want to be doing Facebook Lives about.
Are they in the book?
Yeah, it should all be in the book. So.
Mr. Sally Green,
Also, one of the things that went hand in hand with the video section at the Inman conference was being authentic, right? I know that we would all like to look like we just stepped off of a catwalk or out of the hair salon before we get on a video. That's not going to be the case, and that's okay because it makes it real and genuine and just totally real world, right? So don't worry about if, you know, not every hair is in place. It's absolutely fine. We want to be real and authentic and genuine on the Facebook Lives. So some other great ideas, right? Here you have them, some general topics. The one I really like here are how are contract documents signed? So when I was out in Alberta, it would seem that DocuSign has picked up the pace, right? The electronic signature of contracts. So something that you might want to do a Facebook Live about are like, is that secure? Does it have the same legal weight as a paper contract, right? Something like this, right? I'm sure these are questions people have. So that would be a great Facebook Live. The other one here that I like, you know, when is the best time to buy and sell a home, the ebbs and flows of the real estate season, this type of thing. So again, not an exhaustive list, just something to get you thinking. First, ideas for first-time home buyers. So point number 3 there, you see how to handle a seller's market. No lowball offers. On the next slide, which is ideas and topics for sellers, you will also see that lowball offer point there. So try and consider rather, if when you come up with a topic for your Facebook Live, consider whether it can be addressed from several different points of view. I mean, maybe you'll do a 6-week series on Facebook Lives, one every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, on the same topic, but looked at from different perspectives, right? That might be something to consider. So here we have, again, point 3, no lowball offers. If I move over to the next slide here, you see it on point number 4, how to handle a lowball offer. So again, a topic that is being looked at from 2 different perspectives. Now, the one I like here as well, at the top, how to declutter. If you have a knack for staging or interior design, right? Maybe you want to do a Facebook Live Friday afternoon and be like, hey guys, great to see everyone here. Tomorrow's the open house for 123 Sesame Street. So I'm just here doing some staging in the living room. So let's talk about what we're going to do here. We're going to put this vase here, move this thing here, take this away, put this lamp here, like whatever you're supposed to be doing. If you have a knack for this, this is a great thing to do on a Facebook Live. So, fun ideas. If you participated in our social media mastery workshop about 2 years ago, one of the things we really tried to sort of get across is that social media is primarily social. 80% of what you should be posting should be fun, interesting, informative, engaging, all of those things, versus 20% promotional. So here we have some fun ideas. The one I really like is at the bottom, the haunted houses. So Halloween was a week ago, right? So if you took the kiddies out or the grandkiddies out, you could do a quick little, you know, Facebook Live. Hey guys, I'm trick-or-treating with the little ones. Look, they're so cute. And maybe, you know, some neighbors, they really get into it. They decorate their houses and they've got haystacks and ghosts and goblins and all that. You know, hey guys, I'm here in this neighborhood. Look at these houses, beautifully decorated. Some people really get into it, you know, the spirit of the Halloween season. That's a wonderful Facebook Live, right? The other thing that I'll say, so again, you know, Richmond Hill, I've been out here many times, and I'm from Richmond Hill, and that's probably all you guys know about me. When I go out to Edmonton, your colleagues in Edmonton, the only thing they know about me is that I ski in Jasper when I'm out there, right? So why I say this, because I've seen you guys, you know, a good number of times, and you know next to nothing about me. So what we've done on our Learning Services Facebook page, we've done a Fast 15 with all our trainers so that you can get to know a little bit about us. Like, who's this person that stood in front of me 4 times already, right? And so one of my colleagues asked me a series of, you know, rapid fire questions, things like dark chocolate or milk chocolate, white wine or red wine, favorite book, favorite quote, like things like this, right? So I encourage you to do this, you know, get one of your colleagues to do a Fast 15 with you, put it up on your Facebook page so that your clients can get to know a bit more about you. Maybe you get together with them all the time and you just talk shop, right? Everything about real estate. And maybe they're wondering, well, who's this person that I see, you know, once every 10 days? Like, what do they do on their weekends? Like, what makes them tick? What do they enjoy doing in their free time, right? That is a great Facebook Live. All right, so coming back to best practices. As I said at the outset, on your Facebook Live, you have no control over who is there. It might be people who know you, or it might be people who don't know you. The very first thing you want to do on every single Facebook Live is introduce yourself. My name is so-and-so. I work for company XYZ. I've been in the real estate industry for 20 years. That's your credibility right there. So if you're going to do a Facebook Live on how to use your RSPs for down payments, you are an authority to talk about that because you're a real estate agent who has been in the industry for 20 years. So you know what you're talking about, right? So that's great. You also want to tell your viewers what to expect. We are going to be together for the next 10, 12, 15 minutes. You know, give them the lay of the land. It's like we do with you guys. So at the outset, I said, hey guys, you know, we're going to be talking about this today. We're going to be together for 3 hours. We're going to have a little break in the middle so that you guys know kind of what the program is going to be, roughly. Interacting with viewers, right? So we've talked about that as well. People are going to be on your live with you. So if they're commenting, you want to, you know, give them a shout out. If they're asking questions, you want to be sure to answer those questions. Including a clear call to action. So we talked about that already. And also tell your viewers when you're about to take your final 2 questions. So I know it sounds ridiculous, but you are going to be maybe nervous being on your Facebook Live, but the people who are listening to you are equally as nervous. And I know that sounds absurd, but it's true. So people will be like, oh, should I ask this question? Or maybe it's a silly question, or I don't know, and I'm shy to ask this question, right? Like they're going to have all sorts of thoughts running through their heads. So encourage them, invite them to engage with you, to interact, right? And when you're going to be wrapping up, let them know. I'm going to be taking my last, 2 or 3 questions. If you've been sitting on something for the last 10 minutes, now is the time to ask, right? So really you want to draw people out. You want to encourage them to interact with you. All right, so that is Facebook Live. We are going to get into Facebook advertising. Are there any questions about Facebook Live? Yes.
Once you do the Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Is it available for people to watch later?
It is. It will be on your Facebook business page.
It's not like an Instagram Live where it disappears after 24 hours. Facebook Live stays up. Like, I think it doesn't come down.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to ask everyone to jump onto that app that you downloaded over break. If it's asking you to take a tour of some sort, please get through the tour. And I'm going to start off at a page with the bar graphs. Page with the bar graphs. You should come to a screen that looks like this. Please let me know when you are there.
This one?
The Facebook Ads Manager app, the one you downloaded over break?
Oh, Facebook.
So that app, the circle, the green and blue circle with the triangle in the middle,
This one?
Good. Does someone need me to wait? It's all good? Okay. So this is the Facebook Ads Manager app. Please make sure you're on this screen with the bar graphs. Now, you see my name at the very top. You see that home is in blue. This is my personal page. At the very top under my name, you see Royal Lepage Learning Services, and you also see coaching. So those are two business pages that I manage. So I'm going to click onto Royal Lepage, and I ask you as well, please, to select your business page from the top. Okay, so please go ahead and select your business page. Now, my iPhone users, you should have those icons there at the bottom. The one we're going to click on in a moment is the second one from the left that says Creative Tools. It has a little magic wand. My Android users, your magic wand will be in the top right-hand corner. So I'm after this magic wand right here. And my Android users, it'll be right up at the top. So when you found your magic wand, please go ahead and click on it. You don't have a magic wand. Sometimes people don't have a magic wand, and I don't know why that is.
I don't even have a business page.
Ah, you don't have a business page. Ah, okay. So that's a welcome. Okay, this is not Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, business page. Okay. Okay, we're going to be going step by step. We need to follow along step by step. There's lots of stuff. Okay, okay. We're good. Magic wand. All right, so once we have our magic wand, let's click on it, and we should come to a screen that says select image. Is that true? So we're going to click on the blue button that says select image. And now you can choose images from various places. So you see at the very top, I can choose page images, I can choose camera roll, ad images, Instagram, right? I have different choices there. We are just going to tinker with this, okay? I just want to show you some of the functions that are available. So please go ahead and select any image. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to select this waterfront property one, okay? Just so that we kind of get a little bit of sense. So I'm going to select that one. But please go ahead and select any image. It doesn't matter which one. Does everyone have an image appear on their screen like this? Yes, you didn't give access to your camera? Okay, creative tool. Just go ahead and select any, it doesn't matter. Let's take the beach one. Okay, so here now, what I'm after is this picture frame. Right here, this picture frame. Let's click on it, please. You're very welcome. Have a great day. The picture frame. So you should see these templates here at the bottom. If I scroll, I have more options, right? But let's select one of the templates. I'm going to select this one here with the amazing. So if I click on this amazing, my image will be cropped, and now you will have this circle and amazing in there. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So if I put my finger on the amazing and I hold it down, see how I can move this around? And I can do the same thing with the circle. And if I don't like it, I can drop it up into this garbage bin here. So I have this amazing here in the middle. Let's see what happens if I just tap on it. Just tap on it one time. first off, I get these stickers down at the bottom, which we will come to, but if I tap on it again, see how it changes format?
That is amazing.
It is amazing, exactly. All right, so I'm gonna put this amazing up in the garbage bin, and I wanna work with these stickers. Do we all see stickers in the bottom half of our phone? So I'm gonna select the sales sticker, and I'm gonna click on it, and here I see it in my image. And again, if I put my finger on it, I can move it around, and I'm gonna stick it in the top left-hand corner right there. And then if I scroll further down, I have this limited edition sticker. If I click on it, again, I can move this around, and I'm gonna put my limited edition in the bottom right-hand corner. Fair, fair?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, you're shaking your head. What's wrong?
I got lost completely.
You got completely lost. You should be on your phone. How come you're not on your phone?
This is free?
Lost every time. Okay, so I am in the ad manager. So what do I do?
Okay, show me the icon.
If you don't like it.
Oh,
Go back to.
No.
No, you're on Facebook. You're not in the Ads Manager. I asked everyone to download the Ads Manager for free. Okay? So we're here now. Does everyone have this little flag here? You might have it at the bottom. You might have to scroll if you're an Android user. But I'm after this little flag.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, let's click on the little flag. That you don't have. Okay.
Yeah.
These are images from your page. So I manage the Royal Lepage Learning Services page, so I have a Royal Lepage logo. You will likely have a picture of yourself. Is that true? Okay. So you can here, if you use Canva or Photoshop, if you're creative and you make stuff, you can also import stuff. You would do that by clicking on the little plus sign. But for now, we're just going to select what we've got. I'm going to select the logo. You can choose your picture. So let's just click on that. And then it appears there in the picture, right? So I can move this to the left-hand side like this. And I can change the opacity. So you see if I move this bar here, how this changes.
Is it Facebook advertising or is it?
Ads Manager. It's a round logo with a green-blue round logo with a triangle in the middle. So I'm going to click on Done. Let's click on Done down here. And in the top right-hand corner right there, we're going to click on Next. And what I am after now is this AA, right down here, this AA. So now we can insert some text. So I'm going to type in, for example, open house this weekend, right? Open house this weekend. And when I hit enter, you can see that I can change the format here. I can, if I click on the little painter's palette, I can change the color. Fair, fair? Yeah? All right, so we're going to, again, we're just tinkering with this. I just want to show you some of the functionalities this requires. You have to go in and play with it and sort of see what you like. But at least you have an idea of like some of the things that are possible. So let's just pretend that I'm happy with this. We're going to move forward. We're going to pretend like this is our ad and it's ready to go. So up in the top right-hand corner, please click on Next.
Okay, hold on. I am here, and I said done.
So next, top right-hand corner.
It doesn't say that.
What does it say?
Done.
Okay, so done, because it's an Android probably, so done?
And it don't let me move on. It
Yes,
don't let me
Okay,
move
we're
on.
gonna come to it. What does it say? Okay, we're gonna come to it. Sit tight. So next here, so mine also has this, okay? Mine, this bottom section pops up. So please know that just because this is an ads manager app, you are not obligated to create an ad. You can create a straight up post, right? So you would click on, we're not gonna do it right now. You would click on create post if you wanted to create a post. These are some options that you have. But seeing as this is an advertising component, we're gonna move forward with create ad. So let's go ahead and click on create ad. And now our goal with this ad is to increase or drive traffic to our website. So let's go ahead and click on drive traffic to website. Now, let me see a show of hands. How many people do Facebook advertising? 1, 2, okay. This next part here mirrors Facebook advertising on the computer to a T. It's the exact same, okay? So what we're gonna do, the arrow pointing off to the right in the top right-hand corner, we're gonna click on it. My Android users, your arrows might be at the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna click on over to the right and we will come to this screen here. So here, you can set your ad headline, where it says text, you would write your ad copy. Then we want to drive traffic to the website. So here you can type in your web address. Then we have here the call to action buttons. This is Facebook advertising exactly as it is on the computer. Now down below here, we have the ad preview. This is what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is exactly as it is when you're doing this on your Facebook page. I ask you please once again to click over to the right with that arrow. We're gonna go right. And here we can now edit the audience. So one of the things that Facebook advertising allows you to do is to target to gender, geographic location, age range, all of these things. So this is where you would do this and you would click on that button, edit audience, and that's where it would allow you to adjust the age range, the gender, the geographic location, all of those good things. And one more time over to the right with the arrow, here now you can select your budget, okay? So you can say I want to spend $5 every day, or I want to spend $100 in 2 weeks, or however you want to do it. And then at the bottom, run ad continuously or put a start and end date, right? So again, this is how Facebook advertising works on the Facebook main page. It works in the app the exact same way. Are there any questions about that?
So when we reach to the age and then gender,
Yeah.
I don't see the part for budgeting.
Oh, because you clicked it, X out at the top for me. Okay, click over to the right.
Discard.
What does it say? Discard changes, yeah. And click over to the right one more time. Budget, that's your budget. Yes?
So, but I know you're setting a budget, but how do you know what the actual charge would be to 100% of that population at one time? So, you know, like for it would actually cost me $30 to hit all people in that demographic that I saw on it.
Well, you might not hit all people. $30 might not be enough to hit all people.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. How do I know what it would actually take financially? Like right now, if you go through Facebook ads, you know what it costs to get that geography, like it's $1,500 or whatever.
Well, it would. So it'll say to you, I don't know if you see it here. Delivery optimization. You would. So when you do it on the Facebook page, you have the dial, right? That tells you with your current spend, you're going to hit X per day.
Okay.
But I don't know, Facebook advertising in my experience won't tell you X per day is 5% of that total group in that total geographic location. I don't know that you're going to get that information, but it'll tell you if you're spending $5 a day in Richmond Hill, you're going to hit, let's say, 1,000 people per day, for example. Fair?
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, So I'd like to make sure that we get to our latest and greatest tech, newest tech. So let's look at that. That's the last component of our 5-step toolkit. So my iPhone users, I am after the Notes app. You see it there just under the camera. My Android users, I'm after Google Drive that you downloaded earlier today, please. So iPhone users, we're going to click on the Notes app. Google Drive is for Android users. Please open up Google Drive. So my iPhone users, when we open up the Notes app, I kindly ask you to select the Notes folder. And at the bottom right-hand corner, please click on New Note.
New note or edit?
New Note. My Android users, please click on the plus sign in the blue circle in the bottom right-hand corner.
Doesn't say new.
It just brings up a blank screen.
You're good?
Yeah, it shows you edit more than, shows you making, it doesn't say new note.
It's a pencil.
Yes.
Yeah. So my iPhone users, I'm after the plus sign between the check mark and the marker. And we're going to say scan documents. My Android users, after you clicked on the plus sign in the blue circle, you're going to hit scan, please. You're going to hit scan.
I don't see this. We don't, I see a check mark.
You should see a plus sign.
I don't
Just
see
scan
a
that
plus
one,
sign.
right.
Oh,
You and the plus sign.
oh, that's that. Oh, I got this on. Oh,
You can scan documents.
Another
document?
I don't know.
Is that an iPhone? No, Samsung. Yeah, I'm not sure.
So now you can scan, please scan a page of your workbook for me. This will take it as a PDF. Let me see if I can get something for us to scan. Okay, so if I take our attendance sheet here, let me scan it. So watch what happens. Here I'm going to go scan. See how it captures in the yellow frame, okay? And then I can click on the sign. Now it didn't capture it completely properly, so I can move these corners around, okay? So this takes it as a PDF. Might have to stand up. It's amazing, eh? And then you can send it out as a PDF.
Someone's going to tiny scanner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tiny scanner like a paper captures it properly.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the Google one.
Oh my God, I didn't even know it has this function.
I know, eh? It's cool.
Yeah.
You have your,
I use notes every day.
okay,
This
so
is-
you
That's
have
great.
notes, you have to go notes. You have more apps, so
What if I
you
wanna
have to
save
download
this?
the notes.
Well, yeah, so you can save it. It saves, see how mine are, I do this every day. I have 5 notes saved, 6 notes.
So how do you save it? I have the document.
You have to download the notes. You have to download, like how do you download those notes? You have the, I think an iPhone, I don't know, Samsung.
Like the share button.
Yeah.
Right.
She needs one.
You need,
She has another phone.
you have another phone, wow.
No, it's Android.
Android, Google Drive.
I don't know.
So where's the Google Drive that you downloaded earlier today? You know
I
that?
couldn't do it.
Well, okay, so you need to, you have an Android, you need to download Google Drive. The colorful triangle, you know the colorful triangle? So your Google Play Store, where's your Google Play? There's your drive, right there. Okay, so you're gonna hit the plus sign at the bottom. Okay, scan,
But they are.
Right, yeah.
and now you can scan.
Oh,
Allow.
You can't leave my name.
Okay, so now I ask you to stand up and take a scan of this.
man. So in Notes.
Yep.
I have a scanner app that I can do that, exactly like in Notes. But when you actually say you do 5 pages, can you file it somewhere?
It'll be in a new note,
No, I
right?
know, but can you go filing it?
No, it's not gonna.
Oh, the name.
Yeah, the file name.
You know what I'm saying?
Good as a PDF.
A scanner. I can't,
No, so we're gonna do no.
okay, all right, I'm just saying, I can't find out what that is, that's all I'm trying to say. When I do a new one and I scan it,
Oh, no, that's not because it's a flash.
scan,
It's
Yeah.
an image. So we use it,
and I wanna be the next one, but.
because this one is
Oh,
flash
yeah.
and it's a plastic.
What, I don't know what that is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Scan it. Oh, I guess that's just.
You didn't even press it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, there goes. So now, so I'm gonna crop it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so say it. So then we just do it. Okay, just do it. Okay, done. Now we're done.
Okay, and there it is, and you know, it's right there.
So, okay, so if I wanted to do 5 pages, I could do it. But we can't label it.
So there's your folder.
Okay, okay, then I'll do, okay. So you go there, okay. All right, thank you.
All right.
Sorry, so if you have
There we
multiple
go.
pages, you're putting it into one folder, is that what you're saying?
So,
So when you,
Yeah.
So I don't
Scan
know.
multiple pages.
And no positioning, you can actually get in there.
so then when you print it, it would actually print all
there you
five.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you, how do you track your mileage for CRA? You don't. The most popular answer I get to this question every day is I guesstimate, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna not guesstimate anymore. The CRA approved, or one of the CRA approved mileage trackers is called Hurdler, Hurdlr, Hurdlr. The one that your colleagues seem to like in Alberta is called Everlance, Lance, all one word, Everlance. So I haven't tinkered with them, but I encourage you to, download them, try them out. As I understand it, or as it has been explained to me, you can set it up so that eventually it's like swipe right for personal, swipe left for business drives.
So
Okay?
we're using HERDL.
You have to decide. HURDLR, HURDLR. So I will leave that for you to play with. The other app that I want to show you here is how to find the cheapest gas in your area. It's called Gas Buddy. You see it here, Gas Buddy. So let me show you how this works. You don't need to open an account. I'm on a guest account. So I'm going to click up there on Find Gas Near You. And this goes by GPS location. And then in the top right-hand corner, you can't see it very well, I will say Maps. And now it'll show me a map of all the gas stations near here. So I see that Shell is at 112, Petro's at 113, Esso's also at 113, and other Shell's at 116. So this is a way of finding the cheapest gas in your area. Gas Buddy, GAS, and then BUDDY, Gas Buddy.
That's in the App Store.
Yep.
Sorry, then back to the mileage tracker.
Yeah.
Does that not chew up a lot of data because it's, presumably you have to leave it on the whole time so it knows where you started and ended?
Yeah, but there's lots of apps that work in the background. I think it might
So
be
it's not
okay.
a big deal. Okay.
I'm not sure. I really don't know. There we go. All right, so let's just wrap this up because I want to make sure you guys get out of here on time. Oh, good, I'm glad you like it.
So everything is in here?
Yes, yes, it is.
Alright.
Just on Facebook or Google. The gas buddy. Why does it make you sign in with Facebook or Google on Gas Buddy?
You don't have to. I went in through a guest account. I didn't sign in. Not even a guest account. I just went in as a guest.
You have to do that then every time you want to use it.
Oh, no. I open it up every single day and I don't have to sign in. All right, so these are the apps we talked about. Now, also lastly, just to finish up, you can be reminded of a to-do list at a specific time. So if you've downloaded the new iOS 12 on iPhone, okay, ladies, I'm just gonna finish up. Give me 2 more minutes if you're undivided attention. All right, if you downloaded the new iOS 12 on iPhone, you can download an app called Shortcuts. On Android, it's called Reminders. So my boss uses this every day, for example. So when he is ready to leave the office, he'll say to Alexa, Alexa, let's go home. And this is going to do several things. It will, pull up a map for the quickest way for him to get home. It'll send a text message to his wife. So shy of starting his car, it will do everything for him, okay? So this is another app that you might want to play with.
What's it called?
On iPhone, Shortcuts.
And on Android, Reminders.
Reminders?
On Android, it's part of the Google Assistant. So if you have the Google Assistant, which most modern Android phones will have, it's called Routines.
Oh, Routines.
And is Google Assistant available for iPhone?
It is, actually, yeah. But I think iPhone things get built in.
Shortcuts.
Right.
Shortcuts.
So,
Is it like that?
on iPhone, I would actually recommend looking at shortcuts. It's pretty interesting. But if you're native to Google, you could install the Google Assistant. Apple likes to keep the third parties out.
They don't like to be in bed with Google. All right, so just to wrap it up, we talked about a lot of tools and tech today, but please know that it is all about the service provision. It's about providing a great experience. So these apps and tools and everything, the technology, it just helps you work more effectively and more efficiently. But there isn't an app that can replace you. So for homework this afternoon, I encourage you please to organize your G Suite, your labels, your drive, all of this. Make sure you know where all of that's at. You have a 14-day free trial with BombBomb. So please go ahead, shoot some videos, send them out to your clients, see what kind of response you get. People, I've heard great things about it, okay? So you've got 14 days to tinker with this. I encourage you to try it out. We've looked at the Facebook ads and the posting and the stickers, so that also needs to be played with. And then deciding on the right tech for you. So before you go, I see people already packing up. I kindly ask everyone to jump onto this webpage here, www.royallepage.ca/training. Please go on there right now. And we would certainly love to know what you thought of today's training and what you would like us to train on the next time we're here. So www.royallepage.ca/training.